All right, good morning. It's Thursday, it's the 20th of February of 2025. And today is going to be a very exciting day. I have a very packed day in terms of workouts. Two workouts coming up. One leg day threshold workout. That's also why I already had breakfast this morning, which is going to be a very intensive one for the marathon build. I just grabbed some coffee as well to be able to go to the bathroom later. And this afternoon, I also have basically a workout at the gym coming up. In between, of course, a lot of work to do. And in terms of work for the brand, unfortunately, nothing much has changed since, let's say, a week ago. I expected already to have basically made the production order for the first batch of products to then, of course, being able to be manufactured. But yeah, it always is going a little bit different than what you expect and what you hope for in business, especially. So it has not been done yet because the basically the manufacturer, they had a few questions about the nutritional facts, etc., which I wanted to get into the products because the ingredients are such in, let's say, high quality and they are quite unique from what they mentioned. Because of that, they need to confirm, like double check a few things in order to see if the actual formulation is actually that what we like to aim for, also to keep the quality of the product high. So nevertheless, like that's actually very important and a good step from them, I believe, because it will just also tell me, they are very serious about the kind of quality that we want to put into the product. And that is, of course, most important, way more important than speed. So I hope maybe this week, maybe next week, the production order will be basically placed. But in the meantime, of course, enough work to do. Website is going to be built right now in production. The pouches are almost created. And yeah, with that, just a lot of work on the side as well to do for my other business. So very exciting day, especially because normally I only have my double session tomorrow on Fridays. But as my father is right now driving from the Netherlands to Spain, he's going to pick me up because I will be moving back to the Netherlands in a week from now on the 28th of February or the 1st of March. So that's going to be very exciting, amazing times ahead. Right now, today, just a lot of work to do, so let's dive into it. All right, so I'm having right now my second meal of the day, and while I'm having this meal, I was reflecting on the journey, or let's say my last year and a half while being here in Spain, with not having, let's say, too much family around me, being completely on myself, and it's something that I've never shared before, but when I was back in Madrid, I was literally crying. I didn't feel really well. I was completely lost the first, let's say, month, 2 months of moving from the Netherlands to Spain. It was truly the hardest period of my entire life. And because it was so hard, that was a direct reflection as well on the business. Everything went wrong. My entire business stopped working how it's supposed to do. I was only making losses. I was at a certain point where I needed to inform my team that I was almost needing to close down the entire business. And right now, when reflecting on it a year later, I learned so much. Truly, I would never ever trade this to, let's say, do it over again. Because, first of all, I didn't know how to cook. Right now, I'm cooking every single day myself. The foods that I know are helping me with my workouts to feel better, to being able to perform for myself, for the people around me, for my team. Those are just already some very important things that I've learned, which I will take with me, of course, my entire journey. I've learned so much about myself as a person. Things I I did not even appreciate about myself, which I faced, like really hardship, truly hard moments in my life where I was not even aware of that I was struggling with it. Literally looking in the mirror, I was talking to myself for days, thinking about what am I going to do with my life. I'm right now having a business. I thought this was something that I always wanted, right? Moving to Spain, which is that what I always spoke out very openly to my friends, to my family, to my girlfriend at that time, to a lot of people around me. And right now, looking back at it, it is truly an amazing journey. I loved every single bit of it while reflecting right now back on it. But when you're in there, when you're in the trenches, when you're actually going through hard times, then it might feel like you're completely lost. You don't know what to do. You just want to get back to, the comfortable situation. Let's say the comfort that you're getting used to. That's what I wanted the first, let's say, 2 months, when I was like moving to Spain back in December 2023, January 2024, and let's say February as well of last year. Those were the times where I felt completely lost. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to talk to my parents or my family that I felt not, let's say, really well, and that I actually wanted to move back because I felt embarrassed. I thought I was a failure. I was failing in every single part of my life because I moved to Spain at the age of 22. I thought I had made it, but I was just unlucky as fuck. I didn't know what to do. My business wasn't working. The only thing that I had was my fitness, how I felt. That's where I actually was myself, in the gym, running, right? Because I was preparing for my marathon. And when I'm looking back to it right now, because I'm setting up Kaizen Athletes, the supplement company for endurance athletes, this is something that I truly am passionate about, that I truly believe in what I should do for the rest of my life, to work on, to build, to document, to share, but also the hardship where I'm going through. I was crying every single day when I was in Madrid. I felt lost. I didn't know what to do. But if there's one thing that I learned as well, is also these hard times, they will pass. Tomorrow the sun will rise. Only if you're in the Netherlands, most likely it's cloudy, so not too many sun. But the day will come. The night will be over at some point. And when a good day is happening, it might also become night again. That's the exact same in everything in life. Where you're going through personally, maybe with business, if you're also building a business, everything. And that's why I'm willing to also document this, to share what I'm going through, the good times, but also the times that really suck, the things that you actually don't want to share. And even this is very uncomfortable for me because I'm a very introvert person. I'm not about sharing a lot of things with my family, let's say on the internet, right? So being uncomfortable, I know, is exactly where I can grow. Because last year was uncomfortable, like the most uncomfortable period of my entire life. But I knew, and I know right now, that is exactly where I need to be in order to become better, to become 1% better every single day, to grow as a person, and with that in all the other areas of my life. It's a cause and effect. So I will always choose growth, always. But right now, because I will be moving back to the Netherlands, I know as well, it's not meant to, let's say, just put yourself only in the most shit situation where you'd like to be in. That's not needed. You need to create the circumstances for yourself that you're able to grow. But if you have your people around me that you love, that I care about, where I will be around right now, I'm 100% sure it will 10 times better. So I will continue the journey in the Netherlands. Right now I'm going to wrap up this lunch because it's getting cold, I guess. Then I will hit my second workout of the day. And I will have my third meal of the day. Tomorrow, my father, I will see him again after some months. And yeah, I'm just super excited for the times that are coming up and also to share everything with you guys. So let's enjoy the meal. So I just completed the second workout of the day, the gym session, and during my session in the gym I was thinking about what I mentioned earlier today, about basically moving to Spain, right? That decision that I made. And I thought when I made that decision that I was creating this amazing life, right? That I was actually doing everything that I thought I needed, that I was getting into this life that I had in front of myself with this perfect picture, right? Living in Spain on myself, moving away from my parents, from my family, and mature myself, right? Look, when I made that decision, there was a decision without even thinking clearly what I was actually getting into. And I don't say that was a wrong decision at all. Partly it was a very good decision because I became more mature and there were a lot of upsides to it. But the downsides were that I was living inauthentic to myself. I was creating a life for myself without the people that I love, without the people that I want and need around me. That does not mean that I need to be around them every single day, but I was living so far away from them, I was isolating myself, and I wasn't true and authentic to my core values, which is my family. That's always number one. Of course, my business, my health, everything around that, but I was just, let's say, missing one very important piece that allowed me to find, let's say, happiness in life. And I thought I didn't need that. So that was such an important lesson that I've learned right now. And moving forward, the decisions that I will make are always going to be around, okay, what are my values? Understanding clearly what I'm getting into before making a bold, let's say, a decisive decision, right? That can completely change my life. And a question that I got asked past year was, if you would think right now you're basically on your deathbed, and what would be, let's say, the one thing that you would regret most? And I thought, if I look at my life right now, is that being inauthentic to myself right now in my current situation. And when I answered that, I thought, this is something that I can and will change because I'm in control. I can make this decision right now, and rather than, making it maybe 30, 40 years later when I need to, or when I'm forced to, right? So as I'm in control, as I'm young, I can make decisions right now that are not, let's say, going to completely change my entire life path for also the people around me because I'm still independent, right? I can make this decision. I can make these failures. I can make, let's say, these decisions, these wrong decisions, maybe the good decisions, to learn from it, and from the failures, or how we want to call them, I can create a positive attitude around it in order to make it a positive experience. And that's something that I've learned because I thought that, my parents, what would they think of me when I would like to move back to the Netherlands, to live there again? Am I a failure? All these questions are complete bullshit, and questions that I basically mentioned to myself. So one thing that I learned is definitely that I would like to make decisions right now, being authentic to myself, that are aligned with the values that I have, and not what I think, okay, what will people think of me? Because this decision that I made, I'm 100% sure, will allow me and the people around me to just level up way more in life. The business that I'm working on right now, my health, everything around it will just become one. That's what I believe, by being authentic to myself. So this is something that I just had on top of mind, and creating a life outside of everything that I had was not the thing that I maybe needed, but maybe, and definitely something that I maybe needed at that point in order to mature myself, that's for sure. But there were also a lot of downsides to it, so I've definitely learned from that. All right, so this is a pretty easy to make meal, something that I actually eat every single day. 3 pasture-raised eggs with 2 beefsteaks. Very, very simple, literally done in like 5 to 10 minutes. So I like it more raw, and I just cut all the fat on the side, to be honest. So this is what I have for dinner. All right, so I forgot to add the butter on top of the steak. So right now the taste is not what it's supposed to be, but we always have a solution, and that's something that always helps me out, which is the following. So we have the meal, we have the steaks, and what we're going to do, we're gonna add some raw honey on top of the steaks. Like, you might think, if you've never tried it, you're not gonna add honey on a steak. Truly, give this a try. Honey, you can literally add to everything. This tastes amazing. I will first do one. And try this out, because I'm 100% sure that it will not disappoint. All right, last but not least, we're gonna create the sludge bowl. And what we're going to do, we have added some organic Greek yogurt inside this bowl. We have some pasture-raised kefir that we are going to create a smoothie with. So that's what's coming up. What we're gonna do, we're gonna add kefir inside the smoothie bowl together with all these ingredients. We have 1 banana, 1 date, some berries, which we're gonna add on top of the yogurt actually. We have bee pollen, hemp seeds, Brazilian nuts, walnuts, collagen, berries, some more berries, and whey protein isolate. This is everything that goes inside the bowl. or let's say inside the smoothie blender. That was what we are going to mix up. And then we're gonna add it inside the bowl, and that's gonna basically be delicious.
We've waited for this day. We shed some tears of love now, like a desert in the rain. When sun of the day down when you
Right, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's so thick, this texture. Look at it. Now we're gonna just add it in here. Oh. After this, I think I cannot walk for 2 days, but this is going to be delicious. It's very, very easy. You can make this literally in like maybe a minute, as you have seen. You need these ingredients, then you're good to go, ready to enjoy. And after this one, yeah, I'm definitely gonna, I'm not sure what happens, but this one is a very big one. So, and this wraps up this Thursday. Great deep work done, of course, this morning. I had 2 amazing workouts, 3 amazing meals. Right now I'm gonna round it off with this bowl, and after this bowl, I'm just going for a walk. Look, what works really well for me is to just take a walk of 10-15 minutes after every single meal that I consume, because it helps really well to reduce my brain fog, to reduce that after dinner dip, let's say, how they call it, right? So if you're maybe having and experience the same kind of like a symptom that you feel really low in energy after every single meal, just try to go for a walk straight after, then get to work, or then do your thing, do your job, and most likely you will feel better. So you can maybe try that out as well. After that walk, I will definitely take a shower, do some more work, and that will basically wrap up today. My father is coming tomorrow, so I won't make it too late. Maybe 10 p.m. I'll head to bed, and that's it Thursday.
memory is so strong, I've missed it so long now.
Lo vamos a dejar en este plato, ¿de acuerdo?
So this is the end of the beginning. This wraps up my year, almost year and a half of living in Spain on myself. Almost no family around me, just completely isolated, working on my business, working on myself as a person, being able to cook myself, you know, becoming more mature. All those things that I faced the last, let's say 400 days have been pretty amazing. In not always good ways, but in terms of growth. Look, I will never ever trade this year back for anything. If you would ask me that last year in January was my first, let's say, full month of living in Spain on myself, I would not have believed that. No way. There was no way I was going to believe that, what I'm going to say right now. But being uncomfortable, being able to get yourself into situations where you're able and forced to grow, there is only one way, and that is up. There's no way that you will not learn from that circumstances, from those circumstances that you will create for yourself when you feel uncomfortable. That is something that I've learned, and it may not have been always been the best, let's say, for myself emotionally, maybe financially or socially, right? Because I've lived completely isolated. I'm someone that is actually pretty like all in that sense. I can completely isolate myself, completely distance myself from people by time if I want to. And that has had some very negative effects, but also things that I learned from, knowing that people are important in my life, that it's not always about only business. Because if you're only focusing on the things that you think that are making you happy, most likely you will leave a lot of things behind that are truly valuable to you, to your values. Because what we believe is good for us is most likely not always the thing that will force us to grow. So these 400 days have been pretty interesting, pretty amazing. Right now, my father almost arriving here, where we'll spend an entire week together to just have also fun, enjoy before heading back to the Netherlands and to begin my new chapter again there, where basically take an entire backpack with me full of experiences, full of growth. It has been an amazing journey. I'm super grateful for this. I will never trade this for anything. And right now, one thing that I really learned is that the small things in life do make me happy. Being able to have dinner with my family, being able to walk outside with my dog, doing small things with people that I care about, and also small things with myself just to grow myself in an environment where I feel appreciated, where I feel loved, and where I can also give people love myself. That is truly important to me. That will allow me to grow even more in this new chapter of my life. So I can't wait to just be back, to grind even more on the brand that I'm building right now with Kaizen Athletes, to work on myself physically, mentally, financially, everything with the people I love, building back up that social life that I've missed truly. So yeah, I can't wait to see what the next few years and months will bring. And this amazing journey right now comes to an end, and it starts a new chapter of my life where I'm super excited and grateful for.